Hi guys, GloryHunt here with my thoughts on E3 2018. Now, I haven't seen all of E3 yet, just the Microsoft presentation and the Sony presentation, which I stayed up for to watch live last night. So this is the morning after the kind of Sony press conference, if you like. Now, there's lots more that I want to see and I haven't got round to yet due to working nights or whatever. I missed the Xbox one, I have to catch that on catch up. But I watched them all, so just my thoughts on those two presentations, what I'm looking forward to, and just a quick talk on what they had to show really, and yeah, my thoughts on it all. So let's get started. So obviously started with the Microsoft presentation, watched that in its entirety, but just not live. So it was in a massive hall, huge stage and everything like that. They've got all screens on the stage, but they weren't really put to use. It almost seemed pointless. But yeah, not a bad presentation overall. A lot better than last year's. They've kind of upped their game a little bit, but still was a little bit underwhelming if I'm honest, as a massive Xbox fan. It started off with Halo. So new Halo Infinite was announced. Everyone's been waiting for it. And all this time we've been waiting, what did we get to see? A tech demo. So yeah, didn't really get anything. Just some technical specs of the new engine. Nothing that was probably even be in the game. Just some things of what it can do. So as exciting as it is for new Halo, which we all knew would be coming at some point, and I'm excited to get it. We didn't actually get to see or any news of what the actual game is. So that we will have to wait even more time for. Hopefully get some more news on that soon. So yeah, from there we found out they were going to be showing 50 games, 18 of which were exclusives to the Xbox, and 15 were going to be world premieres, so world announcements on the Xbox stage. Then it went into Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is a beautiful looking game. I've not quite finished the first Ori yet. I think, quite near the end, and that is just a stunning looking game. It's kind of it's a platforming game, kind of like a Metroidvania style game. You have to get abilities and stuff to progress throughout the rest of the levels and get past certain parts. Just a nice 2D platforming game. It's just really good. So if you do have an Xbox, check it out. It's a really good looking game, and yeah, it's quite sad as well. But yeah, looking forward to the second one. It looks interesting. Then we went on to a game which I've not heard of before, which got announced, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Sekiro. So awesome looking game, definitely my kind of game. It looks like it's set maybe in like Japan. You play some kind of samurai, which is a really big feature this year. And coming like some years we have, everything's about zombies. This year seems to be a lot about samurai and that kind of stuff. So we'll get to them games later. But yeah, this one's Sekiro. It's hard to tell what kind of game it is. I've got a feeling it's a kind of like a Souls game, like a Dark Souls game, but more like probably a Neo, obviously with the old samurai background. But a lot faster, so a lot faster combat and movement. He's got this kind of skeletal mechanical arm which can makes an axe appear. You can use it as kind of like a grappling hook, which you got to see in the gameplay, which looked really good. So almost blending kind of a Dark Souls Neo with a Tenchu maybe kind of blend type thing. But it looks interesting. Definitely looking forward to that. Going to give that a go. Like I say, definitely looked my kind of thing. So yeah, looking forward to that. Then obviously the Fallout 76 announcement. Everyone was wondering what kind of game it was going to be. But yeah, so the announcement is a prequel, so it's going to be set kind of one of the early years of the vaults opening, one of the first to open. It's going to be 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. So I've not even finished that game yet. I don't think I've even finished number 3 yet, so I probably need to get onto those. So it's set in West Virginia. Not in this announcement, but in other videos I've seen, it is a 4-player co-op, which is intriguing and interesting. I think it's going to be the first kind of Fallout that you can play with a friend, exploring the wasteland. So that's going to be quite fun, hopefully. So yeah, it's a proper Fallout game. So yeah, we're getting in onto that. Like, I just need to finish the others first. Just going down my list, I've made so many notes. Then we've got to see Crackdown 3. It looks like you actually get to play as Terry Crews in the game, or his likeness and character is in the game. So whether you get to obviously make your own agent or play as him or switch, I don't know. But yeah, it looked big, over the top, mental fun. So looking forward to that. Then it was announced that Nier Automata is coming to the Xbox. So I thought it was just going to stay a PlayStation exclusive. I'm not long picked it up myself. But the Xbox are getting a kind of definitive edition with all the DLC and everything. So I might need to pick that up again because it is a really good game. And play it on the Xbox as well. And obviously get the achievements, go through it again. I've not even finished it on the PlayStation. I haven't properly started it yet. But yeah, if you don't have a PlayStation and you do have an Xbox, now is the time to finally jump on that game and play it. It's definitely worth playing. So yeah, that was announced. We got to see some more Metro Exodus. Yeah, it's looking good. Just visually stunning. More out of the Metro, if you like. There's a lot more open world stuff in it and exploration and that kind of stuff. So we'll see what that has to offer. I did like the first two. Then they showcased Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, when it first started, I was a bit like, oh, really? It was really focusing on Frozen. So all the Frozen characters, and I was just like, oh my god, no, this might not be for me. But then as it progressed, we got to see a lot more characters from obviously the Toy Story universe, Monsters Inc., and various other, obviously, Disney properties and worlds. And it kind of looked alright, but we'll talk more on that when we get to the sonys one, because they showcased it as well. So then they announced they've got 5 new studios that they've kind of bought and working with to develop various games, some high-end productions, values, and game makers that they're open to tell bigger, better stories, like story writers and stuff. So we'll see what they have to offer. They did show a little showcase from each studio of what they're kind of working on and stuff. So yeah, there's that. Then we had the Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, which caught me by surprise. And it is an awesome game. It's on the Xbox 360. Like the Tales series anyway, Vesperia is really good. It just, I don't know, as much as I want it on the Xbox One, yeah, definitely, it almost kind of seemed pointless because the graphical style of the game doesn't really need updating that much. Like, say it's a definitive or a HD remake or whatever you want to call it, it just didn't seem like it needed that. Just make it backwards compatible, which I'm not sure if it is. And yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see when it comes out properly. But it's an amazing game. If you don't have it on 360 and you've got the one, pick it up when it comes out, because yeah, it is a good game anyway. And yeah, it's just one of them titles you just didn't expect to kind of see this, but nice surprise. Then Division 2, obviously, a little bit of gameplay and stuff from that. They showed the 4-player kind of scenario of them taking what looked like Air Force One in Washington, and yeah, just a bit of co-op gameplay, really, more kind of the same. Looked alright. It's another game I still need to finish. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, quick trailer and what have you of that. Really looking forward to that. I do like my Tomb Raider games. Reboots have been good, so hopefully. I don't think we got to see much gameplay though. It was more of a trailer, if I remember right. Been a long night. Devil May Cry 5, finally a sequel. Devil May Cry. We've been waiting a long time for this. I think they even announced it at the showcase. It's been like over 10 years or whatever. People have been asking, and finally making a Devil May Cry 5. And I did start with the character Nero, and a lot of gameplay focused around him and his new kind of arm gauntlet thing that somebody had made him. Looked just as stylish and great gun sword play. And it was only right at the end you got to see Dante riding on a motorcycle. At first I didn't think he was going to be in there. I was a bit concerned, like, is this just going to be a Nero game? But yeah, it looks like we're getting both. So probably a lot like Devil May Cry 4, where probably the first half of the game you'll play as Nero, the second half of the game you play as Dante, or maybe even you get to pick your character before the mission, like you want to play as Dante or Nero, I don't know. We'll see. I think it'll be a lot like Devil May Cry 4 though, where half the game is one character and half the other character. But yeah, it looks good, looking good. Can't wait to play another Devil May Cry. Do love my Devil May Cry. So then a new Battletoads game was announced. Didn't really see anything of it or what kind of game it's going to be. Like it's going to be a 2D side-scrolling game, a 3D beatable game or whatever. But there's a new Battletoads coming. Just Cause 4 was announced. I still haven't finished the second one yet. I've got the third one to go through. But yeah, that kind of looked more of the same as well. Bigger, better, blowing stuff up. Then obviously the big kind of Xbox announcement, Gears of War 5. Obviously one that again we kind of was waiting for. We knew it was coming. But yeah, we got to see quite a bit. So a nice trailer. Looks like we're playing as Kate predominantly throughout this adventure, with kind of Dell as your backup. Dell's not one of my favourite characters. I found him a bit boring, so hopefully they give him a bit more story and whatever in this one. And yeah, it's a bit shame that obviously in Gears 4 they've made JD Phoenix the main character and really worked on his story, and now it's almost like they're just shunning him aside. But we'll say it's supposed to be a massive game, so we'll probably get different stories playing as different characters, swapping and changing. We'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of questions to be answered, like the time difference. Looks like there's a massive time difference between 4 and 5. JD has changed so much. Obviously he shaved his hair back, he looks fatter in the face, a lot older, he's got a massive scar down his face, and his arm, there's something wrong with his arm, and it's in this thing that he has to keep under control. But yeah, a lot to be answered. We did get to see a lot of gameplay, like I say, a lot of new weapons, a lot of new enemies, and so yeah, just some really interesting stuff. So a bit like the Cleaver, we've got like this spiked mace thing now that she can wield around, and the one of the enemies that had 2 is probably the new kind of Scourge, big almost sub bosses if you like. But yeah, really looking forward to Gears 5. It is one of my favourite kind of Xbox franchises. I do like me some Gears, both single player, co-op and online. It just has a great package, and hopefully we'll be getting all of those again. So looking forward to that. Then it kind of, there were some other bits that I'm not that interested in, which I'm not going to talk about, but then it kind of closed as Phil Spencer was talking. The kind of stage just went black and then all red, and it was like someone was hacking it, and we got to see a new trailer for Cyberpunk, which looks really interesting. Set in a world where you can kind of just, I don't know, take bits off you, create yourself. There's someone putting makeup on, but they haven't got a jaw or a face, and yeah, a lot of cyber enhancements and that kind of stuff. So I'm not quite sure what kind of game it is. If it's like maybe an open world, do what you want game, or what? We'll have to wait for more information, or maybe I just missed it just through whatever. I'll check out the trailer again, but yeah, it does look good. Want to keep an eye over, and all in all, not a bad Microsoft presentation. So yeah, okay, let's move on. So last night I stayed up, or this morning stayed up and watched the PlayStation 4 or the Sony PlayStation kind of presentation. That's the word I'm looking for. I've said it many times. And yeah, so it started off in a really small kind of church that they've built, and it started off with a guy playing a banjo, and then obviously into the trailer for The Last of Us 2, which was absolutely brutal. Brutal trailer to start off with. What else to say? So the graphics are absolutely insane, both in cutscene and gameplay. The light coming through the trees at the beginning in the kind of jungle forest was just absolutely great, and some of the stuff that she can do, squeezing through the gaps and using her weapons, yeah, it just looked really good. Hopefully the story is as good. One of the first ones is one of the best games in most people's kind of thoughts for that generation and probably of all time. So open for big things from Naughty Dog from the story and what have you. Didn't get to see Joel or even mentioned at all, so that was a bit weird. I have to see what's happening with that character. This focused purely on Ellie as a character, being in a kind of a party or something with some other people, and then some woman grabs her, they have a kiss, and then it goes obviously into then the demo of her slaughtering people, which was great. But yeah, it just looks awesome, which is pretty much what we were expecting, probably even beyond the expectations, like graphically and what have you. So really looking forward to that. It's probably going to be, and I think that comes out in February, I think they announced. That's probably going to be my first day one PS4 purchase since getting my PS4, because obviously I've been buying backlog of games that have already been out, and I'm looking to obviously get games as they're coming out, so this will probably be my first one. Why not? And then we looked at, like I say, a lot of samurai games coming out. Another samurai game, Ghost of Tsushima, I think it's pronounced, and the visuals on this game, wow, it was like playing, and they even kind of said this in an interview, like playing an old samurai film. Just the stylization, the colours of everything, it just looked insane. And yeah, it's just that moment, the calm before the storm, where he's braced, ready for a sword, someone comes to attack, he takes him down one hit, and then into combat with the other guys, and just the leaf slowing by, everything is just done to perfection, like absolutely crazy. It has a bit where he's riding a horse through a cornfield, and the corn's all moving independently, not like all moving exactly the same, like it's just been copied. It just, everything looks, yeah, it's just, check out the trailer if you didn't get to see it. It just looks incredible, and especially towards the end with the red kind of maple leaves flown by where they're having a one-on-one duel. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So that looked good. Then a game called Control, which as I was watching, I'm thinking this looks a lot like Quantum Break from the Xbox One. And then obviously at the end you got to see it is a Remedy game, so that would be why. It looks very similar. We obviously a different take, but I think it's be that kind of game. So yeah, that I'll definitely keep an eye on. I do like my Remedy games. Quantum Break was a fantastic game, so hopefully this will be too. And then obviously the massive announcement of Resident Evil 2 remake, and wow, if they remade it from the ground up, everything has changed. It looks like it's going to be playing a bit more like Resi 4 with the over the shoulder kind of camera angles, rather than the fixed camera angles, which I don't know with the spoil it, 'cause that's the game it was, but you know, it's a new take on it. Things have progressed, so it might work out obviously for the better. Graphics look great. We did get to see Leon, Claire and Sherry in there, as well as some of obviously the enemies. It's not a nemesis, Tyrant, is it? It was in there, the guy with the coat, I'm forgetting now, blanking, one or the other. Briefly got to see a liquor and some other sub-characters such as the cop in the police station and what have you. When the trailer first started, it was weird. I was thinking, is it, oh, okay, so you're looking through the eyes of a mouse or a rat, there's some fights going on. I'm thinking, is this the kind of game that this is? That obviously before you knew it was Resident Evil, we're like, are you just going to be playing as a rat? And then obviously it transpired that it was Resident Evil, and yeah, just a massive cheer, and it's looking good, so I think that is also out around February as well, so not too long to wait. From Resident Evil, we got to see some more Kingdom Hearts 3. Now this was a far better trailer than the one we got to see, the Microsoft one. It started off with them kind of talking to Captain Jack Sparrow, and they're in the Pirates world. First they're on a raft, sorry, and they're talking about getting a bigger boat. Then it cuts to Pirates of the Caribbean, and I thought they'd just cut to a completely different game, because this just looked like a Pirates game. The visuals on the characters from Pirates of the Caribbean just looked insane, like really good. and they have some naval combat, and I'm thinking, okay, we've got a Pirates of the Caribbean game coming, but then you looked and you can see it was still Kingdom Hearts, and then obviously Sora comes back in and starts talking to Jack and things, and it's like, wow, this has just changed completely from the kind of kiddie animation graphics to real life like animation graphics, and it was just crazy. And then we got to see a lot more characters again from other worlds and that kind of stuff, from obviously Disney characters, and I showed up. I think we got to see some more Toy Story and Monsters Inc., that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was a far better trailer and really got my hopes back up for this game because it looked incredible. So much better job. Then a massive trailer for Death Stranding, which the more you watch, the more you're thinking, what the hell is this game? Like, it just looks so bizarre, but really intriguing and interesting. We actually got to see some gameplay this time. Most of the gameplay was just the guy, your character, traveling across almost wastelands and different environments, just carrying stuff, so big backpacks and kind of packages behind him and things like that. They're just walking and climbing mountains and nothing really happening, but yeah, kind of weird. But then we got to see him talk to some woman in this almost kind of cave, and then these footprints appear, and it just went bizarre. He's got these almost floating shadow bodies and stuff, and then went some more gameplay where he's got his baby in a canister on his stomach, and then this kind of device that comes out that has a light on it but flickers, and that could kind of show you where these invisible bodies were floating or something. Yeah, it's Hideo Kojima at his best. It just looks bizarre but crazy, and I actually can't wait to play it. I have no idea what to expect. Hopefully we'll get some more information soon. Yeah, then big announcement, Neo 2 is coming. So it's kind of, if there was going to announce a new one, I was maybe expecting the Bloodborne 2, but no, we are getting a Neo 2. So I'm playing it at the minute. I'm not obviously nowhere near finishing. I've not long started it, but to know there's a sequel coming is, good things to come. So I'll be looking out for that. Then we finished off with the massive Spider-Man trailer and big gameplay footage. And yeah, we got to see a lot of the villains this time. So things like kicked off with Electro, we got to see Rhino, Falcon, Scorpion, there was another one, a guy that got off the chopper, forgetting his name, and then obviously they all kind of almost beat him up on the rooftop, and then he kind of looks up and says, oh, it's you. So obviously there's another big baddie, which will probably be something like the Hobgoblin, Goblin, whatever, or it could be someone bigger, we don't know yet. But yeah, it looked really good. It does play and look like it's going to be a lot like the Batman Arkham games, just with the Spider-Verse. Combat looked very similar, and obviously using his webbing to web people to walls, roofs, and hanging them up and that kind of stuff. But it looked very similar, and if they do as good a job as they did with the Batman games, obviously it's different studios, but if they do a similar kind of job, then obviously it'll be hopefully just as good a game. It is looking like that, so we will see. Big shame there was no Final Fantasy VII remake news at all. That was a bit of a letdown, people wanting that, and like I say, no kind of Bloodborne mention. We got the Neo, but yeah, a great showcase, really good showcase. After they moved from the church to like a big studio dome place, it was a lot bigger, but then when they moved, again, the audio just went out of sync and dropped. The audio was terrible for the first few trailers when they moved, and the people talking in the interview just sounded like they were on helium, and yeah, the sync in the audio was absolutely rubbish. So they've messed up again, because I know that they messed up last year as well. It's Sony, like, how can they not get the sound right? But yeah, so that was a bit of a shame. But overall, again, a good showcase. Some good games coming for both consoles. So yeah, what games are you most looking forward to from these showcases? What are you going to be picking up? Could be some day one purchase for you, or just further down the line games to look at. I know I missed a few, but they're stuff that I'm not really interested in, such as new Forces and that kind of stuff. These are the ones that I'm interested in, that I will probably or most likely be picking up when they're out. like I say, I've got a lot more to watch. I know there's a load more games I've not mentioned that I need to watch other showcases for. Things like the new Assassin's Creed. I've heard there's a new Command & Conquer coming, a new Doom coming, and yeah, just a crazy amount of more games that I need to go look at and watch their showcases. Just wanted to get this video up for you guys to see what I thought about the two kind of main presentations myself. Probably won't bother too much with the Nintendo one. Nintendo don't really seem to care about E3. You know, they turn up, they'll show up, they'll probably say, "Oh, like, we've got Mario in this game now," and that will probably be about it from Nintendo. They just turn up and what's the word I'm looking for? They attend. So yeah, I probably won't bother with that too much. And also, not having a Switch or any modern kind of Nintendo consoles is not much I'm looking forward to anyway. Unless there's a new Zelda coming, I still might get one just for that Breath of the Wild. But yeah, anyway, rambling on. What do you guys think of E3? Like I say, what are you most looking forward to from each kind of platform? Let me know in the comments. Like this video if you enjoy, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here, and we've got much more to come. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.